What's up guys? Instagram Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram for some questions and you guys gave me a bunch. I'm gonna go through them now. Let's go.
You go, I go, you stay, I stay, one song to sing.
Any advice on cycling on and off pre-workout? I really have never thought about it too much. I mean, I will cycle off it if I take a break from training, which is good once in a while. There's times where we go on a trip, family trip, and I won't train for 3-4 days, and obviously I won't have a pre-workout. But I tend to not use pre-workout while I'm like early on in a cut or when I'm deep in a bulk, because I just feel like I don't need it. I save it for when I'm dying, shredded, lean, you know, low on calories, and then it's just a game changer for me. I haven't really thought about how I cycle on and off. It just kind of happens with my schedule, my lifestyle. How to get over fears, ones that you can't control. I think the best approach to overcoming your fears is you just have to face them. You have to fight them. You have to get in that zone where you're scared. And once you're in that place, you get used to it and you won't be scared anymore. So you gotta face your fears. You just gotta jump right into it. So if, let's say, you know, vlogging in public is your fear, you're scared of it, you're not comfortable with it, do it more. That's all you gotta do. How has the pandemic affected your life in general? Honestly, really hasn't changed it too much. I mean, it's changed business to the point where it's not as consistent, you know? New clients is not as consistent, but I'm still getting a lot of new clients. It's just not as consistent as before. It's because there's so much going on. When it comes to like social life, I don't really have that big of a social life. We have Sunday fun days, we have Saturdays once in a while, we have family get-togethers once in a while, but it's like I'm majority working at my desk, at the gym, or at home. So, I mean, nothing has really changed. I mean, it might change now that indoor restaurants are not allowed for now. I don't know. Around Temecula, there's still restaurants open and we're still gonna have Sunday fun days. Like, nothing really has changed. I mean, what matters the most though is the gym. The gyms are open here. Lucky that all the gym owners around here are just putting their foot down and taking a stand and staying open. Do elbow sleeve wraps help bench? Elbow sleeves are gonna help you a little bit with some compression, some warmth, keeping your joints, your elbows good. Wraps are gonna actually help you a significant amount with your lift. It's gonna give you that rebound effect. It's gonna help you a little bit. Elbow sleeves, not so much. Talk about your first heartbreak. Got a friend going through it right now. It's been so long, I'm getting old. I can't even really remember. I don't really remember anything before Sonia, my wife now. One thing that I remember was it was devastating. It was like the whole world was over. I was young, I was in my 20s. It was just so hard on me, when in reality, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And you don't see that as a kid when you're younger, especially your first relationship. You don't see how petty it is. There's gonna be so many women, so many different opportunities later down the road. You just gotta focus on you and build yourself up, and the pain will go away over time and over you succeeding and getting better as a person. So focus on you, stay busy, focus on bettering your life, and you know, the right person will come along. You'll be good. If you could play any sport professionally other than ball, what would it be? Other than basketball, I don't know. I respect fighters, like UFC fighters, boxers, but I mean, it's just so much risk for your health and your just well-being. Probably be CrossFit. Lately I've been following a lot of CrossFitters and I really respect what they do and their abilities and how challenging it is. It's pretty cool. So yeah, probably be CrossFit. How did you propose to your wife? What's your guys' story? We were together for, I think, right around 2 years, dating, living together, and it got to the point where I was able to quit my day job and I was self-employed. I was making a lot more money. My income was increasing like by the months, and I felt comfortable financially that I was ready to propose. So I threw some money down, got a ring. I wasn't even sure if she was gonna say yes. Got the ring, got exactly what she wanted. I even like threw it out there, talked about it, and I even got it sized. How I got her size was I tried on one of her rings and then I put it on my finger and I kind of just like went off how it felt and how it fit my finger. and I got a size and I got the perfect size. But I ended up proposing in Vegas. The USA's, I was competing men's physique, and the plan was to get my pro card to win the show, right? But that didn't happen. I ended up proposing to her at Raw Sushi, and how I set it up was I called ahead of time and I told them what I wanted them to do. And pretty much what it was one big sushi roll, a bunch of salmon ones together, and the ring was in the middle. So at the end of dinner, she had no idea what was going on. At the end of the dinner, the whole staff brought out the big ass sushi plate and they put it down on the table, and she's like, what the hell is going on? She was tripping out, and she looks down at it and she's like, oh, big sushi. And she didn't think anything of it. And then everybody started clapping. The whole restaurant got into it. Everyone was standing up, freaking cheering. And then I'm like, look in the middle. And she looks, and there's her ring. And she just starts crying. And then she says yes. Yeah, that's our story. What is your training split right now? Running a super bro split. Monday is legs. Tuesday is chest and tries. Wednesday is back and buys. Thursday is off. Friday is shoulder and traps. And then Saturday or Sunday, we do like an optional arm day if we are feeling it. Tell us your thoughts on TRT. I think as a male, everybody eventually is gonna need TRT. Our testosterone naturally declines over the years. It starts like in your 20s and it just continues to decline. So if you're active like myself, you're into bodybuilding, you're into strength training, you wanna stay active, I think TRT, it's gonna be a must for pretty much everybody, unless you're blessed with some crazy testosterone and it never declines. As men, testosterone it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when you're gonna need it. And the best way to do it is just, I wouldn't do it any other way, but go to your doctor, get your blood work, see where your testosterone is at. If your doctor recommends it, then yeah, go for it. You always want that doctor's supervision. It's a different story when you're on TRT and you're a kid and you don't need it and you're just taking high doses without doctor's supervision. I'm not for that. What video software editing do you use? I use Final Cut Pro. I started with iMovie. I think I did that for like the first 2 years when I was on YouTube and stuff. And then I upgraded and got Final Cut Pro. My needs for software editing is very, very low. Like, I don't do anything fancy. I'm pretty simple. So Final Cut Pro is perfect. If you have muscle imbalances and weakness on other side, dumbbells would be great. Question mark. Yes, definitely. I like to do more dumbbell, more unilateral stuff when I'm in a surplus, when I can actually bring up muscle groups to kind of even out. But when I'm cutting, I tend to do less, more barbell, stuff like that, just more compound lifts, more bang for your buck. Muscle imbalances, more dumbbells, cable work, and you'll be good. Thoughts on the 2021 Monster? It's sick. I like it. I don't know, I'm kind of like tempted, but I really, really love my Monster now, my 1200S. And I think all the upgrades on the 2021 Monster would be worth someone upgrading to if they had less than a 1200. So my Monster is a 1200 cc. And the new one is like a 9 something cc, so it's not a bigger motor than mine, but it's like supposedly lighter, so it's supposed to make up for that. But I mean, I think once you ride a leader bike, you can't go back down. Even though the new Monster looks sick, I mean, the upgraded headlight, it just has a whole different look. I mean, I would have to test ride it. How did you come up with the idea for the CBD store? I was using CBD American Shaman for a good amount of time. It's the only product, only brand that I actually felt a difference. So I looked into the company and I learned that their whole business model is franchise stores. There's over 600 of these stores nationwide, and I did my research. I applied for the franchise, and I found out that it was doable. You know, it didn't require too much cash up front, and yeah, now I'm here. Best way to get protein in during a bulk if shakes mess with your stomach: egg whites, whole eggs. If your fat is higher, chicken, fish. I personally don't like to do shakes to hit my protein. Maybe if I'm a little low at the end of the day, but other than that, those are my protein sources. How long did it take you to move up to a leader bike? It was quick. I think it was 2 months. I started with the Yamaha R3, which is a 300cc, and I got really comfortable and I got bored of it really quick. So I was like, all right, I can go up to a 600, or I can just go up to a leader bike. And with the bikes these days, there's power modes, so you can choose a power mode and and move up. So I test rode the BMW S1000 RR, I think 2016, and I was in love. I rode it in rain mode, which is the slowest power mode, and it was doable. So it was like tame, it was like okay, and I ended up getting it, and I stayed in rain mode for the first week, and then I bumped up to the next mode, and then I was in that race mode probably after a couple weeks, and I was good with it. And it wasn't much heavier than the 300. It wasn't anything like crazy, so it was doable. But I don't recommend that. The only reason I was confident in doing that was just because I know my mentality, my maturity. If I would have done that when I was in my 20s, I would have been done. But me being in my 30s riding, it was just, I have a whole different perspective. I have a different demeanor. There's no ego riding. I'm just doing my thing. My main thing is to have fun on the bike, but get home safely to my family. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. The video's getting a little long. Thank you for all your questions. It was fun. We'll definitely do it again. Look out for me asking for more questions on my Instagram. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
You go, I go, you stay, I stay. One song to sing.